Hello everyone, and welcome to my next video for the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, in which we are going to be diving into hell itself. We are taking on the Illusory Lighthouse LUFENIA Plus, and I'm going in with a party of Bartz, Vayne, and Agrias, with a Cloud of Darkness friend and an Odin summon. So this quest is actually literally fucking hell on earth, and it is probably the worst LUFENIA Plus, or at least the most difficult one that I've ever played, and it's for a good reason. So, the way that this works is the boss that we're taking on is the boss from Aiko's event, which is you remember there's the ghost in the middle that becomes invisible and untargetable, and then there's the two mooks on the side that you have to kill before the thing in the middle becomes available, and you kill it and you win before it sort of hides again and resummons the ads. It's simple, right? Well, this is the LUFENIA Plus version of that, with a few differences. So the first difference is that when the boss in the middle becomes visible, it doesn't delay its turn. So if it's right about to take a turn and you just kill the ad, then congratulations, the boss will become visible, then it will hide and resummon the ads instantly, and you won't get to do a fucking thing. And the second problem is the fact that when you reduce it beneath set HP thresholds, I know the first one is at 80%, so when it drops to 79, and I think the other one is like 59 and like 39 or 29, something like that, I can't remember exactly. But it will instantly warp its turn right in front of you, and then resummon the ads and hide. Unless it's incapacitated, which is where Agrias comes into play, because her Faded Moly from her LD ability is going to prevent the boss from doing its bullshit, which is extremely helpful. So the orb does vanish when you drop it below 80, and it reappears at 60. The only way to increase the orb is to break the target, so that's where Vayne comes in, or to let it take sap damage. But in order to let it take sap bravery damage, you have to let it take a turn, which is kind of shooting yourself in the foot, so that's not really possible unless you use paralysis or Agrias' LD. So yeah, it's just awful, really. There's no other way of putting it, it's just awful. Of course, Agrias isn't the only option. You have Shanto to LD, you have, I think Edward works, I think Ash's EX also uses, inflicts paralysis. So there's a few options of preventing it from moving, but ultimately it's just unpleasant. So I'm going in with this team, we're going to see what we can do. Yeah, the boss's defenses is also extremely high, so you do have to kill it before your Faris debuff runs out. If you don't have Faris LD, I genuinely do not know. Like, there's a few things that I think you need for this fight. I know that there's another guy by the name of Excalibur who has actually rushed it without Agrias, but he has Sid Raines'd and he has Shanto to LD, which you only need one of. And he basically involves taking a Raines'd and then a friend Raines'd, and you can launch it when its HP is as close to 80% as possible, and you can spam it down so that it only actually gets one turn warp. And you can sort of rinse its health during the summon period with Pandemonium and Twin Raines'd. But you do need Raines'd for that, and you do need Shanto to LD, so that's another option if you don't want to use like Agrias, for example. But yeah, there is a few things that you need for this fight. Granted, with a little creativity you can probably make it work, but it's very challenging. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. We're going to jump into the fight and see how bad it is. Probably pretty bad. I only have LD for Vayne, I don't have Burst, so I'm probably going to have to use Bartz's Burst again, which is not the worst thing in the world, because it's probably going to run out. If past experience is anything to go by. Okay, I had to reset there because I inadvertently triggered the LUFENIA orb, because Vayne is a turn stealer, and we triggered it. So that is really not the best. Okay, so first off, these bosses' defenses are quite high. We need to drop them using Faris. Otherwise, we will just be like putting out straight ones, or like at least 1000s, and we ain't going to be doing too much damage. So I'm going to be trying to take them down on the side by using Vayne's Mach Wave here, which is good stuff. I do need to get up his LD buff, but I also need to give the boss enough turns so that Faris's poison does actually sap it, so that we are going to be able to take it out. Like, it's actually low-key, this phase is kind of annoying and difficult to get through with Vayne, because it's the first time I've tried using him here, and he does indeed steal a lot of turns. So that's why I'm probably going to be using like the plus version of his LD, so I can get the contempt buff on him without eating up like a gajillion turns at a time, because we really just need to get these guys on the side, and we need them to go away. before we can actually do anything of note. So let's just pop this. Good to see it. Oh god, he takes so many turns, dude. I mean, this is going to be +8, right? This is going to be... Oh, whoops, I did a pummel by mistake on the middle guy. But I need to let this thing take a turn, otherwise my... like, it's just not going to work out for me, you see? So let's get up double hands with Bartz, as you do. So I think I am probably going to have to get up Bartz's burst sooner rather than later. Okay, so let's use Kurasame. Let's use one level of Kurasame. Okay. Now we can use this, which really just doesn't do very much either. And this is going to proc our Odin passive. That is a bravery HP attack. And these two curse debuffs I'm kind of slightly worried about as well. That is going to do a lot of damage. So let's get up Bartz here, and this is hopefully going to do a lot of damage as well, to actually help get the guys on the side away, because that is mostly what we need to do now. Oh yeah, there we go, that's cap damage, that's what you'll love to see it. There we go. Great stuff. Now, please excuse us while we silently kill ourselves. What's this debuff? I mean, what's this buff? Console's Ingenuity. Force of Will that we need to use for that, isn't it? Okay. So now we can use the Faded Moly, which is going to inflict the confusion that we need to have it not take a turn. And now we just need to get it below... we need to get it below 80% health. And you know what, I might as well refresh the Faris debuffs while I'm here. So I am going to proc an LD here for Vayne. Because I would rather not use my summon, if that can be helped at all. So I should be able to push him back here and do like a decent amount of damage. But not quite as much as I thought, apparently. Okay, this is unfortunate. Okay, so I guess I kind of need... I kind of need COD at this stage, don't I? Yeah, let's go for COD. Let's bring in the COD. Vayne just wasn't cutting it, I'm afraid. Okay, good. So that means I will be able to use Agrias as LD to get her faded molly ready again. Okay, so you can't do anything. There we go. Excellent. Love to see it. Let's get Bartz's LD back up again. So now this is the point where we can kind of chill. And I don't know why this enemy is like lowers wind resistance, enchanting dance. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's delay the fucker. Okay, yeah, the imperils back on as well. Good stuff. That's right, when it dropped to below 60% health, that's when the orb comes back, and that's when it gets its next turn warp. So let's just make sure we have this debuff on there before then. And you know what, I'm also going to put Jack on here. Ah, that did not trigger a COS follow-up. That's unfortunate. So I think I'm actually also going to use the Burst Plus here. Am I? Depends on whether I can get a turn rate with Missile. No, I can't. Because this thing is about to become unbroken, you see. So I want to maximize COD's follow-ups, so I'm actually probably just going to go into the full-on Burst Plus here. And this should last long enough after this point for us to be able to kill it, but it really depends on how much damage Vayne can actually put out. I have not used him before, but since I don't have any, like, you know, first-party bursts, I'm going to have to rely on Bartz here to put out the numbers, with a little bit of help from COD. Always nice to see the bravery damage reduction become increasingly unsustainably high. Okay. 2 million? It's not much, but it's honest work. So I'm slightly worried at this point that when it drops below, I don't know what the HP thresholds are. I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's get rid of it anyway. Okay, and there goes Cod. Okay. Now we can get this back on there. Good stuff. And now it's pretty much we just have to kill the thing. We've got everything back up and running. We've got the burst auras at full force. Yeah, let's can spam force of will to stall out the breaks. And I think that's the last one. I think that's the last one. I'm not 100% sure. And that is also going to give us another nice turn of this. Okay, excellent. I do apologise for the audio distortion here, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Oh god, well, we're just going to have to put up with it, I'm afraid. There ain't too much I can do about that. Oh, okay, good, it's gone away. Jesus, I don't know what that was. Okay, and now here is pretty much where I'm going to go into summon and just start knocking its turns back and getting the counter up, because of course the counter does not advance during summon phase, and just doing as much general fuckery as I can. Let's just monopolise the summon with Vayne here. I might as well. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward at this point. Hopefully, I should be able to finish it. Oh my goodness, this was just an exercise in absolute torture. Thank God I've got Vayne here to just keep the orbs under control while I just pummel the thing, because Jesus, I was not having fun with this. So yeah, I do apologise for like the lag and the audio distortions and all the other janky stuff that's going on at the moment. I'm probably going to look into that and get that fixed before the next video. And I would assume that most people who want to clear this have cleared it already, or at least have found other people who can help with that. You know, Excalibur is a really good guy at the moment, but this is going to be my take on it at the very least. I'm just glad to hopefully finally have this out of the way, because my god, what a nightmare this was. See, even now the orb's ticking down. And he's spamming Force of Will because it forces break every time. Just buys as much time as we can have, I guess. And the Knight's Pride is 2 HP dumps. There we go. And hopefully, if this isn't it, then the next one should be. Okay. Yeah, good, this'll be it. Go on then, Vayne. Finish it off with a swift kick to the face. Okay, there we go. That is going to be this Lufenia Plus. And yeah, what a freaking nightmare it was. So, thank God, I have that out of the way. It may not be the best clear in the world, but it's mine and it's the one I'm going with. Oh my god, I'm not a fan of building fights as restrictive as this, but I mean, you know, we are where we are. We got it out of the way, and yeah, onwards and upwards, as they say. So, thanks everyone for watching, and until the next time, take care and goodbye.